What's up, card fighters? Mike here, and this time I'm coming at you with a Dragon Empire Nirvana deck profile. Really love the new cards. The new card, I believe his name is Erger. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Cover card of the deck, cover card of the set, and I really love the new stuff also that we got for the deck. And I'll be taking you through it, so let's get started. Alright, so here is where a lot of people think differently. I don't know who still does this, but I personally still like it. I still like using the Trickstar as the starter. You are guaranteed with the ride line, which has stayed the same. You are guaranteed one Trickstar, but the thing is, everything worth doing requires Overdress. So I still like keeping the Trickstar as the starter because when you ride the Nirvana and you have to Soul Blast to search for the regular Varina, you get to Soul Blast this and have it in the drop zone ready to go. So you have this and another Trickstar already ready for you to overdress, for you to do your combos. And I am still a big proponent of this. You are more than welcome to take it out for the starter. A lot of people do. They like when they go second, they draw. But I feel like you already draw enough arcs, the Varina arcs, the one that counterblasts one and you draw two. You already have enough to draw from. And I personally just like knowing that I will always have access to more or less around two Trickstars. Or one at the very worst case, should both of them get taken out, I get to bring one back with Nirvana, but I just like knowing that I have two Trickstars. And I think losing the going second draw if you go second, which either way you want to go first, just win your die rolls, guys, and always go first. That's all I can recommend. Alright, we are going to start with the main Vanguard himself, 3 Nirvana, standard. You want a Persona ride, you want to attack and counterblast one with him and give everything with an Overdress that has Overdress in its card text. No, that has units with Overdress abilities. My bad. 10,000. You want to discard to be able to play that Trickstar from grave. So on Persona ride turn, you are technically gaining 20,000. Really good stuff. I still play 3 of the Varina Valiente. I think he is personally amazing. I like that he can restand. I like that he constantly keeps the 5k from everything that's in the overdress. His I guess dress materials, everything that's under him. So on your opponent's turn, he's 23k. Having to fight through a 23k rear guard is not fun. So more than likely, unless they find like some special ability to retire it, it's gonna stay, and that's good for you because you really need them. And then we have the star of this new set, and honestly now the star of the deck himself, Erger. Guys, this card is nuts. His overdress requirement is the regular Trickstar. That's it. Nothing like Valiente where you have to have where you can have Trickstar or something else that's grade 3 or less. But just Trickstar, and his ability activates in the hand. At the end of the battle, your Trickstar attacked a Vanguard. If your Vanguard is Nirvana, you get to Soul Blast 2 and play this directly as stood. So, and you get to countercharge 1, which is amazing because this deck uses a lot of counterblast, guys. That was one of the main weaknesses of the deck back then. Everything requires counterblast, whether it's Valiente, whether it's Nirvana, or whether it's Arcs. Arcs is your regular from the first set, where you counterblast 1 and you draw 2, and then he gains 5k for the turn. Excellent card. Usually on your second turn you want to play him just to start gaining a hand advantage. And then you have 2 of the regular Varina. I put him down because you can search him for free off the ride line. There's no reason. He's still a good card because he'll still be pretty beefy by himself if you overdress, but I see no reason to play more than 2. But guys, getting back to, I'll put this over here just to do a quick thing. Getting back to the Erger, there's a reason this card is so good. because not only do you get to play him from your hand during your battle phase, thus giving Nirvana an extra attack, but the second part is just as good. That if this unit is in the Overdress state, he gains an additional 10k power and 10k shield, and as you can see right there, guys, it's a continuous effect, so this applies on your opponent's turn also. Thus, he will be a 20k grade 2 rearguard, or more importantly, why I like it, he will be a 15k shield rearguard, giving you a 15k intercept. That's amazing, guys. Being able to intercept for 15k, which is what a normal trigger, a regular critical or heal trigger is just amazing. You don't have to give up anything from your hand, or let's say you want to go into a different you want to go into another Erger the next turn, you can intercept with him, have him take the hit, then next turn bring back Nirvana, play the Trickstar again, attack with the Trickstar, and be able to play another one and give up less hand resources. It's amazing, guys. There's a reason this card is taking Nirvana to a whole new level. Let me get this out of the way. Alright, guys, this time we're gonna go now for the other cards, the grade 1s that you play, and the problem is Trickstar by himself is a 5k, so you're probably wondering that unless you Persona Ride, how are you gonna get him to be able to attack a Vanguard so that you could go into Erger? Well, that's where this new card comes in. Blaze Maiden Aruna. I'm probably butchering the name, but that's fine, because her ability makes up for it. During the battle that this unit boosted a grade 0, this unit gains 5k, so she will be a 13k booster plus the 5k. The Trickstar will be hitting for 18k, which if your opponent is at grade 3, they'll be at 13, forcing them to give up, letting you do that sweet spot of forcing them to guard for 10k, but since there are no 10ks, they will probably have to overguard or take the hit, which is amazing. Or they can intercept also and play a 5k, but the point is you're getting a lot of resources out of their hand from just this one attack or from their field, so it's worth it. Then you can go into your Erger plays and then just dominate them from there. Next, we're going to play 4 of the Festival Collection Blaze Maiden Mirren. Yeah, Mirren. I have gripes about this card. I understand that its ability, the main reason you play it is because it lets you put it into the soul. As you saw, Erger's ability does Soul Blast 2, which is pretty heavy. This deck doesn't really have a lot of ways to soul charge, if any. So you really want to have a hefty soul so that you can play Erger and do your abilities. The thing is, she's a 6k booster. She's not really doing much on her own. But she'll give something with the Overdress ability, 5k, so that's not bad. But more importantly, she'll go into your soul, and she'll let you beef up your soul so that you can do your Erger plays. At the very least, she'll take the place of the Soul Blast 1 that you have to do for the ride line in order to search the Varina. You can get that back. Next, we're going to go into the last parts, which are the PGs. Again, guys, the PGs, standard in every deck. You want them, you want to see them. You want to see them in your hand as fast as possible. You want to guard. You want to live so that you can beat them. That is how you win, as crazy as it sounds. And then, lastly, we have the 3 other Trickstars. Like I said, guys, like, if you draw into another, you're guaranteed 1 off the ride line, and then plus the 1 you have from having the starter be the Vanguard, the other Trickstar be the starting Vanguard, and then you'll have 2 in your deck left. But that's fine. If you draw them, you draw them. That's another good card. It never hurts to have them. Erger needs them. So yeah. Okay, lastly, we will get into the triggers. Just like with a lot of other decks, I like playing a total of 8 crits. Crits are really good, guys. You want to hit them as fast as possible, as hard as possible. Get them out of the way, and apply pressure so that if you are attacking with Valiente or Erger, they can be attacking for high numbers, but more importantly, high damage. Next, we have 3 of the new front trigger. Just like I've explained a lot in the other decks, but I'll explain it again. These new front triggers are amazing. I run them in pretty much every deck except a few. And if your opponent is at grade 3 or greater, this unit gains 5k. So it's nice being able to guard for 20k. In case you go second, it's nice being able to guard for 20k. It hurts a lot. The numbers will hurt. The numbers hurt, guys, when your opponent's first grade 3 turn comes around, especially if it's something crazy like playing against Nirvana. You want to be able to guard for as much as possible, while at the same time giving up as little from your hand as possible. That's the best way to do it, so that you could keep as many resources and defense for next turn. Then we have 4 of the heal trigger, standard in every deck again. And then the Dragon Empire Over Trigger, one of the most craziest parts about this game, guys, the Over Trigger. This one says that when it is, the additional effect is when you drive check it, you choose one of your Vanguards and you restand it, letting you get 2 more drive checks with Nirvana. Then you hopefully get 2 more triggers or even front triggers, making your Varinas, whichever one they may be, as big as possible, as big as possible, as beefy as possible, and letting you win the game. Alright, guys, that was Dragon Empire Nirvana. Hope you guys enjoyed it. These new cards are really bringing I really am loving the stuff from set 2. These new Varinas are really good. The Blaze Maiden is really good. And I feel like this format is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Alright, thank you, guys.